Hello everyone. Today I am discussing about capture order and get order. First, let me explain about order class. In this demo, I am discussing about order class, capture order class and get order class. First, let me explain about order class. Here we used array data annotation rate. This is used for to generate getter, setters, toString methods like this. So it automatically generate those methods. If we use this annotation array data annotation. This is a response model or POJO, plain old Java object that we use to send order data back to the client after interacting with PayPal API. It holds three important fields: the order ID, the status from PayPal, and the URL to which the user should be redirected. Let's go through it line by line. See, here we used JSON include. This is a Jackson annotation. It tells the JSON converter only include non-null fields when converting this object to JSON. First, let me tell about JSON include. This is a Jackson annotation. It tells the JSON convert to include only non-null fields. Include only non-null fields. Then converting this object to JSON. So if a field like redirect URL is null, it won't appear in the API resource. This makes responses cleaner and avoids sending empty or unnecessary data. And also we used data annotation. It generates automatically setters and getters, and also toString method. It is from Lombok. And also it generates equal methods, hash code methods. It saves us from writing boilerplate code manually. So it reduces boilerplate code. See, this class, this is the main class definition. It defines the structure of the response we send back when an order is created, fetched, or captured. These are the three fields. This private string order ID, this stores the paper generated order ID. We receive this from PayPal after creating an order. It's a unique identifier. We use this order ID for further actions like details, fetching order details, or capturing the payment. Another one is PayPal status. This stores the current status of the order as returned by PayPal. For example, the PayPal status contains order is created, but it contains created, approved, completed, failed or failed or voided. See, there are 4 types of PayPal status. First one is created. The status will become created when the order is created but not yet paid. When the order is created but not paid, then the status will be created. What are these statuses are? PayPal status. Another status is approved. When the buyer approved the payment, then the status will become approved. Next status is completed. When the payment is done, then the PayPal status become completed. And his another status is failed. When some error case. When it will come means when there are some error cases. So these are the paper statuses: created, approved, completed, failed. We include this in the response so the client or front end can take appropriate action based on this status. Next field is private string redirect URL. This holds the PayPal approval link, the URL where the user should be redirected to complete the payment. We extract this URL from PayPal's response and pass it to the front end or client. So overall, this order class is a simple poso used as the API response. When we interact with PayPal, it holds the essential information the front end needs to display the status and redirect the user. Next, let me explain about capture order. Let me explain about capture order helper class from our PayPal provider microservice. This class mainly do it class this class mainly do two things. It prepares the HTTP request we send to PayPal when we want to capture a payment, and it processes PayPal's response and maps it into our internal model, handling both success and failure cases. Now let me explain about line by line of this class. Here we used three annotations. These are class level annotations. First one is @component, @SLF4J, @require or constructor. Other component is annotation. This tells the Spring that this is a Spring bean. It can be automatically injected whenever it's needed using constructor injection. Next one is SLF4J. It provided by Lombok. This gives us a built-in logger called log to easily print information or error logs or debug logs. Next one is required args constructor. This annotation is also from Lombok. This generates a constructor for all final fields, so we don't have to write it manually. Next, @value is annotation. It is a field injection. It is used for field injection. It is an inside class annotation. This injects the URL template from the application properties. In this class, we have some fields like capture order URL, JSON utils, chart service. This dependency injected via constructor. JSON utils convert JSON to Java objects and Java objects to JSON. Next one is chat service. It is used to interpret PayPal error responses in a readable format using AI. Next we have here method, that is HTTP prepare HTTP request. This accepts order ID and access token. This method prepares the HTTP request that we will send to PayPal to capture the order. Here we create headers, set the bearer token for authorization, and set the content type as JSON or application. Next we created the HTTP request object. Here the method is post. URL is the modified PayPal capture URL. We send headers. Next method is process response. This method handles the response from PayPal when we try to capture an order. This accepts capture order response. First we have to log the response. Log means nothing but print. Get the body from the response entity and print it. Next, check it for success. Check if the HTTP status code is 200 in range. Convert the response JSON into a PayPal order object using JSON utils. Ensure the response is valid or not null. Contains an ID and a status. Next, build internal order response. Create a new internal order object and set the ID and status from PayPal. Extract redirect URL. Finally return the final order. Next, we have to handle the errors. If it's a client or server error, we handle it differently. We use AI chat service to extract a readable explanation of the error. This improves the debug and support experience. We throw a custom exception with the code, AI generated message and status. Next, there is another errors, that is handling unknown errors. If the response does not fall into success or expected error ranges, we treat it as a generic error and throw a fallback exception. And overall, this class is part of our helper layer and it is responsible for capturing PayPal orders. It first prepares a post request with the right headers and URL. Then, after receiving PayPal's response, it processes it using JSON utils. It smartly handles valid responses and converts them into our own order object. It also includes robust error handling, including AI-powered errors, summaries, and using chat service. And finally, this class ensures that PayPal integrations are smooth, maintainable, and easy to debug when things go wrong. And next, let me explain about GetOrder helper class. Same. In this class also we used @component annotation, @SLF for the annotation, @required args constructor. This class is responsible for preparing the HTTP GET request to fetch an order from PayPal using the order ID, processing the response from PayPal, and also that maps the response into our internal order object, and also handling both success and failure cases, including intelligent error interpretation using AI. Let's go step by step through every annotation method and logic used in this class. I already explained about these three annotations. So directly let me get into this class. JSON utils helps convert JSON to Java objects. Chat service turns complex PayPal error JSON into readable summaries using OpenAI. Next, the method is prepare HTTP request. It accepts order ID and access token. We create an HTTP header object. Set authorization as bearer. Set content type as application or JSON. Here method is get. URL is PayPal's endpoint. Headers are attached and the request body is NC. Request body is empty since it's get call. And next method is process get order response. It accepts get order response. This method takes the response written by PayPal after we make the get call and converts it into our internal order object. Next step is reading and printing the response. Read the response body and print it. Next is check if status is 200. Okay. If the status is 200, then we can proceed. Next, convert the response JSON to a PayPal order object using JSON utils. Check if the PayPal response contain valid ID or status. Valid ID and status. Next, build the order response. Next, map ID and status into our one order object. Next, extract redirect URL. Extract the link where the user can approve the order. If not found, if it is not found, then set into a null. Next, log the internal order and return it. If status is 200 but data is invalid, then in rare cases PayPal may return 200 but without valid data. We treat this as a logical failure. Next is error handling. We use the AI chat service to convert the raw PayPal error into something human readable. We throw a custom exception with the AI generated summary and the real status code. And generic error. If the response is not 200 or 400 or 500, we treat it as unknown error and return a generic failure. So overall, get order helper builds the HTTP GET request and process the PayPal response. We handle success, missing fields, 400 or 500 errors, and unexpected behavior. We use AI to improve the error summaries. This class helps our systems stay user friendly even when PayPal behaves unexpectedly. So today I am discussed about how to get order, how to capture order, and in order what are the fields and what are the types of PayPal status, which status will come when. So the PayPal status are very important. We have to check it properly. So today I am discussed about order class, get order helper class, capture order helper class. Thank you.